What's up guys, welcome to another free market breakdown video. In this breakdown, we're going to be taking a look at a few instruments where I see trading opportunities opening up. Remember to drop a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. Also remember to turn on your channel notifications so that you're notified every time we upload a video. If you haven't already, follow us on social media to keep up with our educational content and so you never miss any important market news. All the important links to our channels are in the description below. So let's get right into it. Now we're going to start off by taking a look at the S&P 500, and as you can see, we did have a trade idea highlighted from last week that just didn't get triggered in. Now I still am expecting price to have a pullback back into this 4-hour zone and more than likely retest this uptrend line that we've been respecting for a few months now, and then continue up to our target profit level, which is just below 4,000 points at around 3,980. Now the reason why I'm convinced that this move should happen is because we can see constantly we have respected this trend line since the beginning of November last year, and we have respected this trend line basically all the way up until this point. We had a flash crash below it which acted as a fake out and triggered this major move upwards above the all-time highs, but I do believe that we are at a point in time where we should be seeing some form of retracement to confirm the move. And if we take a look at the RSI as well, we can see that there is some RSI divergence that is being built in right now, although it is very small at the moment. In addition to the fact with on the 4-hour chart we are getting overbought, so I do think a combination of these factors should indicate some form of pullback is due in order to confirm this move above this zone. So when we do get this pullback, we will be entering our trend from around 3,860 points and taking it up to our TP for around a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. So I'm only really looking at taking longs in any global index right now, although fundamentally it doesn't make too much sense. I do believe that any pullbacks do act as buy-in opportunities. Now moving across to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, we do have tons of similarities between its price action and the price action of the S&P 500, which we just covered, and so I do think that the same trading idea is available, just the moves aren't as pronounced as they are in the S&P 500 due to the lack of the technology stocks in that index. So with the Dow Jones, I am expecting price to continue higher. Last week we did set an all-time high once again of just over 31,500 points, and so now is the perfect opportunity to take any longs that we could be looking for. But I am more inclined to say stay patient because I am expecting a stock market pullback as we saw in the S&P 500, and so this instrument should also have similar price action and have a pullback. Now even though the pullback won't be as pronounced and we will be looking at retesting this uptrend line that we have drawn in, that will be our opportunity to go long. So I would be setting my buying order in this area around the 31,260 point level, taking our longs up to around 32,100 points. So this is my most favorable trade idea that I have. Obviously it did get triggered in last week, however personally I wasn't paying attention to it and I didn't take the trade, but in this upcoming week I will be paying particular attention to it and setting an alert, which I'm going to do now in order to ensure that I do not miss the entry criteria coming on side for this instrument. So if you haven't taken this trade already, then there should be another buying opportunity, and if you have taken this trade, well done, just keep holding as I do believe we will continue higher. Now for you guys that trade the Forex market, moving across to the USDJPY and looking back at the trade idea that we considered last week, we did, as expected, get that massive monumental push down below this 4-hour supply and demand zone here that we highlighted in blue. So now that we've had the breakdown below this area, which lies between around 104.87 to around 105, we can now look to take our shorts in this instrument. So if you guys remember from last week, jumping up to the weekly chart, we did say that because we got a significant retest of this 50-period moving average on the weekly chart, which coincided with the daily 200 exponential moving average, then we were looking for some serious bearish momentum to enter this pair. So if we go back down to our 4-hour time frame, you may be looking at the fact that price has broken back above this 4-hour supply and demand zone. But what I would say to this is that the USDJPY is notorious for faking out traders as it is a heavily traded pair. So if we look across even at just the supply and demand zone that we're considering, we can see multiple areas where fake outs has occurred in this area to trick traders into thinking that price is going long, especially when we're in a significant downtrend on the higher time frames. So my response for that would definitely be that I do believe that we are looking at another fake out happening here, especially considering that on the higher time frames we have had significant rejections off of major moving averages. So with that being said, I do believe that as a result of this now fake out that has occurred, we will have serious downside momentum at the start of next week in this pair. So our execution time frame will be the 1 hour time frame, and essentially I'll be looking for price to break below this 21 exponential moving average on the 1 hour chart, which is highlighted in green. So once we get a clean break below this area, I will be looking at executing those shorts. Now I don't believe that the retest will occur on the 1 hour chart, as this massive move here has acted as that retest, and there are a lot of stop losses in this area, because remember, we as traders that see the big picture understand that the USDJPY is short from this area, but a lot of traders who are only looking at lower time frames will be looking to place longs here, and of course that would indicate that their stop losses lie somewhere in this area. So if we do get that massive push down below this area, this will trigger a lot of selling pressure, which should see price shoot down relatively quickly to our target profit level, which is around 104.1. So if you are looking at getting involved in this trade, the entry criteria is just going to simply be the breakdown below this 21 exponential moving average on this 1 hour chart, in order to avoid missing the entry criteria waiting for the pullback because of how significant this fake out has been. Now for you guys that may be concerned about missing this trade idea, remember to just set a quick alert on the 1 hour time frame, which I'm going to do right now, and then your TradingView platform will notify you immediately as soon as price hits this area. Therefore you do not miss the entry criteria, because like I said, I do believe that the fall down in price will happen relatively quickly. And last but not least, I wanted to cover Bitcoin, as I've been over the past couple of weeks, just because we are in a massive bull market, and I do believe that there is a once in a lifetime opportunity to make some quick gains in this cryptocurrency if you play it smart. So the first thing I'm going to note about the price action this week is that we had that massive push up above this resistance zone that we discussed last week as one of the scenarios to take a trade long, with the other scenario being price pushing back down. But obviously Elon Musk strikes again, and Tesla announces that they bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, and that sent the market flying upwards, edging in on $50,000. Now, as you guys know, as I've mentioned multiple times on this channel, that I am very bullish on Bitcoin, but we don't want to be executing longs up here at these highs. Now Bitcoin could even continue pushing even higher, and I would still never recommend taking longs at this point in time. The best thing to do whenever trading a cryptocurrency bull market, or any bull market as a matter of fact, is to wait for pullbacks to occur in order to take longs. Now I am still under the impression, if we go back up to the weekly chart, that we will have the retest of that weekly 21 exponential moving average, which hasn't happened as yet, and we are starting to curl back upwards again on the RSI, staying in this overbought territory. So although I know it can be very tempting and FOMO is very real, especially seeing Bitcoin's price go up like this, but having patience will pay multiple dividends if you do wait for a significant market pullback to happen. Now, although we were correcting for a number of days in this area, I do not believe that the correction would have been over if that news about Tesla buying Bitcoin had not come out when it did last week. So if you are looking to get involved in this cryptocurrency bull market, do wait for price to pull back in order to take your longs. And I'm going to stick with my same entry criteria to take any long trades, and that will be the retest of this weekly 21 exponential moving average. So definitely play it smart and be patient, and you will be able to be very profitable as price continues to go up. Now we do know that this $28,000 to $29,000 level is very significant due to the multiple rejections that we had off of it. So I would not be surprised if we did actually end up seeing Bitcoin fall all the way back down to this point before having a massive bounce upwards to continue to what I believe will be $100,000. So don't be surprised if we do get significant pullbacks from this point in time, especially since if we look at the daily chart once again, we are starting to get RSI divergence on this indicator, and we can start to see the MACD weakening off, indicating that there is some bearish momentum as people are taking profits entering the market. So that's the other reason why we don't want to take long longs here, so just be patient, and I will be posting frequent updates to my Instagram channel about any optimal entry opportunities that I see coming into the cryptocurrency space. And with that being said, this brings us to the end of our weekly breakdown video. So thank you to you guys who took the time out to watch the video, and an even bigger thank you to you guys who made it to the end of this video. If you found this video useful, remember to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that the YouTube algorithm can help us reach more people. Thanks, and peace out.